Dive into the lesser known corners of mutant lore as we unravel remarkable characters who have graced the pages of X-Men comics but might not yet be on your radar. Welcome back, Nerd Squad. It is me, Amanda McKnight, aka VampX13, but you can call me Vampy. From the incredible abilities of Lifeguard, who honestly, she has some pretty crazy abilities, to the mysterious origins of Ariel. Yeah, not the Little Mermaid. Join us on a journey through the extraordinary tales of these overlooked members who have left their unique imprint on the X-Men universe. I mean, I personally think all mutants have. As we count down the top 10 X-Men members you've never seen before. Share your favorite member of the X-Men in the comments. Number 10. Sway. I am straight up just enamored with Sway. Her abilities are truly remarkable and the backstory of her origin is both captivating and honestly heart-wrenching. Sway's extraordinary powers first emerged during her teenage years. While preparing for college in New York City, Suzanne and her parents found themselves unwittingly caught in the crossfire of a gang war. Tragically, Suzanne's parents lost their lives in this attack, but miraculously, she somehow survived. Well, thanks to her newfound ability to manipulate time. In a moment of instinct when her powers first manifested, Suzanne halted the trajectory of the bullets that were aimed at her, saving herself. However, lacking the experience and comprehension and finesse needed, she couldn't extend the same protection to her parents, who of course, as I said, perished. Sway's unique powers grant her control over the flow of time in her immediate vicinity. She possesses the ability to rewind the temporal memory of a location, allowing her to revisit and analyze past events. Utilizing her temporal manipulation abilities, Sway embarked on a mission to track down her parents' assailants, ultimately aiding the police in apprehending the criminals responsible for the tragedy. It was during this revelation of her extraordinary powers to law enforcement that she actually came to the attention of Moira McTaggart and subsequently joined up with the X-Men. And friends, before we move on to our next spot on this list, if you love what we do here at Top 10 Nerd, and if you love it when we talk mutants, be sure to let us know by clicking that like button. Number 9. Longshot. Longshot, though perceived by some as a mutant, rejects this classification himself. Believed to be a clone and potentially both the father and son somehow of Shatterstar, his existence is entangled in the peculiarities. His existence is entangled in the peculiarities of a Mojoverse-based time loop, a fate shared with Shatterstar and to some extent Spiral, and honestly kind of a little bit of Dazzler too, potentially. Despite Longshot being a genetically engineered mutant and clone of Shatterstar, he adamantly denies identifying as a mutant. The X-Men quickly embraced Longshot upon discovering him and he promptly joined forces with the team in confronting Mojo. Initially grappling with amnesia, Longshot spent a significant portion of his early adventures with the X-Men attempting to reclaim his own lost memories. Number 8. Dupe. Despite Dupe's eccentric nature, his status as a mutant remains unconfirmed. His origin is honestly shrouded in mystery even at this point, leaving room for speculation that he could be a mutant, he could be an alien, or he could even be a being just from another dimension. The lack of explicit verification makes him a peculiar addition to this list, although he clearly isn't the only non-mutant to join the X-Men team, as we just established, though he might just be one of the quirkiest additions, mutant or not. Dupe has engaged in numerous adventures with the X-Men, serving as the receptionist at the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning working for Wolverine. His presence on Krakoa suggests that despite his as of yet still unknown origin, he really is at home among mutants, emphasizing his enigmatic connection to the mutant world, which continues to be really strong. Number 7. Match. While you may be familiar with the Pyros, have you encountered Match? Match, also known as Ben Hamill, debuted in the New Mutants before appearing in the new X-Men series. His abilities revolve around pyrokinesis, granting him mastery over fire, which he can generate and making him immune to fire attacks and heat. Although Match hasn't been prominently featured for a while in the comics, he actually once led the X-Men adjacent team known as the Paragon Squad. He competed for a spot on Emma Frost's X-Men team and has attended both the Xavier Institute and the Jean Grey School of Higher Learning. Number 6. Amanda Sefton. Amanda Sefton, initially known as Jermaine Zardos, the adopted sister of Nightcrawler, a mutant and member of the X-Men, adds a layer of unexpected, complexity to her and Nightcrawler's relationship, as also one of Kurt's significant love interests. Yeah, you heard me right. The complexity begins when, while adopting the alias Amanda, she actually investigates Kurt's actions following their brother Steven's death, which was actually blamed on Kurt. Xmen assumes the persona of Amanda Sefton during this undercover operation, and it's during this period that Kurt basically develops feelings for her, oblivious to the fact that Amanda is, in fact, his adopted sister, Xmen. Somehow. Known more commonly now as Amanda in the comics, she is a formidable sorceress. Now, while not a mutant, she has proven to be a valuable ally to the X-Men and actually a member of their unofficial Muir Island X-Men team. Number 5. Adam X. Enter Adam X, a noteworthy figure in the convoluted Summers family tree. And trust me, it is. We did a whole bunch of videos on it. It's complicated. As the half-brother of Cyclops, Havoc, and Vulcan, his lineage is tied to Catherine Summers and the Shi'ar Emperor Dakan Naramani. Although some have debated Adam X being part of the Naramani family tree and have suggested that he is also a son of Corsair and Catherine, basically making him a full Summers, I have actually seen no evidence from the comics to support this theory, so as far as I know, it's still just a theory. Debuting in the 90s, Adam X's origin story echoes the iconic characteristics of pretty much a quintessential 90s character. Abducted as a baby from a genetic lab, he was raised by Jonath, his adoptive father. His mutant abilities emerged, allowing him to internally ignite others' blood, causing intense internal burns. He can also ignite his own blood, inflicting pain, but apparently gaining a speed boost as a result. Eventually, Adam X discovers his hybrid nature, part Shi'ar, part mutant. Sounds pretty 90s to me. Number 4. Ariel. Ariel hails from Coconut Grove, an extraterrestrial planet, and possesses the mutant ability of persuasion. Additionally, her alien physiology grants her teleportation capabilities. Notably, she is connected to another Ariel, her ancestor, who visited Earth and served as the inspiration, apparently, for William Shakespeare's play The Tempest, in terms of Marvel canon. The Ariel in focus here, not her predecessor, arrived on Earth on a mission to gather mutant samples for study, as her people were intrigued by Earth's mutants' evolutionary processes. During her stay on Earth, she became associated with the Fallen Angels and later crossed paths with the X-Men in San Francisco, actually joining them temporarily. Number 3. Lifeguard. Heather Cameron, known as Lifeguard, is a mutant whose abilities activate in response to life-threatening situations, hence her codename, providing her with the necessary skills to save lives, including her own life. Her codename was initially her job title, as she worked as a lifeguard in Australia with her brother Davis. There are implications of her having an unknown Shi'ar heritage, though it was never fully explored. While she made a reappearance in Dawn of X at the Green Lagoon Bar in Krakoa, it would be exciting to witness her take on a more prominent role in the comics due to the uniqueness and utility of her powers. Honestly, she's so powerful, I don't know why she isn't featured more. Probably because she is so powerful, but still. Not enough love. Number 2. Sunfire. You know Sunfire, but do you know Sunfire? Sunfire was Shiro Yoshida's younger sister, Leyu. She also had powers and an attitude similar to her brother's, and first appeared in Uncanny X-Men issue 392 in 2001. For those unfamiliar with Sunfire's abilities, both siblings possess the mutant ability of solar flare, which allows them to absorb solar radiation and convert it into superheated plasma. Using this ability, they could both cover their body in flame as they became like a flying, human-shaped sun. Sunfire can use her power to emit plasma blasts and give off intense solar heat. Leyu is one of the mutants who answered a psychic call to help defeat Magneto and save Professor X. After helping out the X-Men in that adventure, she'd later appear as a member of the X-Corps team. Number 1. Petra. Petra has the ability to manipulate rocks and rock formations. In fights, she can bind her opponents or completely destroy them by having the earth move to swallow them, and she can transform rocks into different kinds of weapons and wield them against her opponents. Petra was recruited by Moira McTaggart after being apprehended by the police. Her family died in a rock slide when she was young, which to this day Petra believes she may have accidentally caused. She used her powers to escape and basically became a runaway. Discovering her ability to turn coal into diamonds, she would use those diamonds to pay for a place to sleep, but of course this drew suspicion and she was tracked down by the police. Fortunately, as I said, Moira managed to intercept her and offered her a place as part of her team. That's about it. Until next time, you stay nerdy, YouTube. Bye!